example, a strong example, but a small, strong example. The United States attacked Iraq in 2003, and you got an insurgency that fought the United States and caused massive casualties to the Americans. It didn't end there. That insurgency slowly entered empty spaces. It entered the empty space in Iraq. It entered the empty space in Syria. And then it connected with the global internet to form the horrific idea called ISIS. I'm explaining.
We were looking at the discourse that precedes genocide in genocidal states, and the enhancement of a sense of victimization on the part of one of the groups, usually the group that's going to commit the genocide. First of all, their sense of being victims is much heightened by the demagogues who are trying to stir up this sort of hatred. So they basically say, look, you've been oppressed in a variety of ways, and these are the people who did it, and they're not going to stop doing it, and this time we're going to get them before they get us. It's something like that. And so there's something very pathological about the enhancement of victimization, which is...
We're lost and confused.
हथियारों की तरफ हम फैमिलीज में जाकर भी मोटिवेट कर रहे हैं कि अगर आप अपने बच्चों को नहीं भेजेंगे और वो शारीरिक और मानसिक रूप से इस लड़ाई के लिए तैयार नहीं होंगे तो बहुत बुरी स्थिति में मारे जाएंगे।
ISIS ने जो 2020 तक का टारगेट रखा है हिंदुस्तान पे हमला करने को, यहाँ पे कब्जा करने का, हिंदुस्तान कोई रसगुल्ले की प्लेट तो है नहीं कि ISIS खा जाएगा।
Regular school and college-going kids from the age of 9 to 30 gather in Arya's courtyard every evening for a 2-hour training.
हम वो इतिहास दोहराना नहीं चाहते, इसलिए हम इस लड़ाई की तैयारी करते हैं, ठीक है?
Chetna is telling Shubhi-Abad Love Jihad. Radical Hindus in western Uttar Pradesh call Love Jihad a conspiracy to push up the Muslim population.
Still doing it. We're doing it to the other. We're killing, we're bludgeoning, we're destroying. They destroyed us, they destroyed our souls. They raped our women, they took our property. They did it to us, so we're doing it to them. We're not moving beyond that. It's that cycle that goes on and on and on.
To the fact that women live in such a disempowered state in India that most of us don't even count ourselves on par with our male counterparts and don't know how to ask for pay parity. We don't ask. We just accept the fact that we get less pay and grumble about it. But the fact is that our mindsets are so patriarchal, and I'm not talking just about men in this country, also women, that we do not even today think of ourselves actually as contributing citizens. Every woman in this country, illiterate, poverty-stricken, whatever, unless she is there to run the house.
Now, in principle, you note, family responsibilities could be perfectly evenly divided between fathers and mothers. But that isn't the way it has worked in practice. Quote, I'm quoting you again, since economic consequences follow from practices rather than principles, the asymmetrical division of domestic responsibilities produces male-female differences in income, close quote. Question, what are the policy implications of that? If we become fixed on eliminating male-female income differences, is it the case that the only choice, the only route for doing that is to involve the government in redesigning the very nature of the family?
Well,
or am I leaping to a melodramatic conclusion?
No.
Startling revelation that the income disparity is at the highest level since 1922 when income tax was introduced in India. In fact, the top 1% of the country's rich income earners actually capture almost 1/4 of the total income pie in this country. What's also significant is the fact that the richest 1% of the population controls 60% of the country's wealth. The disparity is even wider when it comes to income growth.
No
those inequalities have no moral significance whatsoever. I have never in all my years in philosophy come across any argument as to why there is any moral issue involved in one man having 1,000 times the wealth of his neighbor. I would like to know on what basis is there something wrong with that, and on what basis is it better if the incomes or wealths are equalized, because there is no such argument.